Okay, so now we're on to Numbers, the fourth book of Moses. There are 5. We already talked about that. And Numbers is a pretty long book. So we just ask God to please give us 36. A lesson in this book. Look how much of the Old Testament we have read. See that? And we're going to read the New Testament again. You have to constantly read the New Testament. You can never stop reading your New Testament. It's not a good idea. I mean, it's not a good idea to stop reading the Old Testament either, but that doesn't. That's how much of the New Testament we read. This is how much we have to go. So we haven't read half the Bible, but we have read. Let's see here. We put the 2 sides together. Can you see that? We've read quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I'd say a third. It's not as hard as people think it is. Yay! Okay. Definitely going to read the New Testament again, though, because I feel like I messed up those lessons some. Because my original idea was, I was getting annoyed with how all these preachers were preaching stuff about give them money when there's poor people in the church. But now I figure it's just my lovely kids. So what happened today is yesterday Granger, he's about 2 months from finishing, 2 months and 3 days from finishing his nursing school. And yesterday he worked in the mental ward and he enjoyed it. Maybe because I'm his mom. So good job, Granger. This weekend is his last day at the docks. He's not going to be working on those boats anymore. Unless he picks it up after school. I don't know. Which I doubt he will. I don't think he'll go back out there. But and today for Sarah, super happy, super bubbly, off to school, never wants to go to school, but just bouncy and happy and, sweet girl, hair looking good, funny in the car, just chit-chatting on the way, so we're good. Okay. Now the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of meeting on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year, first day of the 2nd month, February 1st. They had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take a census of all the congregation of the children of Israel by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, every male individually, from 20 years old and above, all who are able to go to war in Israel. You and Aaron shall number them by their armies. And with you there shall be a man from every tribe, each one the head of his father's house. These are the names of the men who shall stand with you. From Reuben, Eliezer, the son of Shedeur. From Simeon, Shelumiel, the son of Shaddai. From Judah, Nashon, the son of Aminadab. From Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar. From Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Helon. From the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Ammihud. From Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. From Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni. From Dan, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Ragiel, son of Akron. From Gad, Eliasaph, the son of Deuel. From Naphtali, Ahira, the son of Enan. These were chosen from the congregation, leaders of their fathers' tribes, heads of the divisions of Israel. So Israel was divided, right? Now, how many is that? Is that the 12 tribes of Israel? Well, let's count. So, Reuben, he had his son, Simeon, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, Benjamin, there's 15, I think. Hold on. I gotta underline them because I can't. I'm so from the sons of Joseph. From Benjamin, from Dan, from Asher, from Gad. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, because I was getting confused with the thinking. I was going to say, it's normally 12. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. And who are their names again? Eliezer, Shelumiel, Nashon, Nathanael, Eliab, Elishama, Gamaliel, Abidan, Ahiezer, Asher, Eliasaph, Ahira. So those were the leaders, right? They were the chosen from the congregation, the leaders of their father's tribe, heads of the divisions of Israel. And he's saying you got to write down every person's name, right? All the men above the 20 have to be listed individually. Then Moses and Aaron took these men who had been mentioned by name, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they recited their ancestry by families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and above, each one individually. And the Lord commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. So back then, they even started writing down about the ancestry, right? And when we read in the Old Testament before, when God is writing about the ancestry with Adam and Eve and everything, it's important. Okay. So the children of Reuben, Israel's oldest son, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, every male individually from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. Woo! From the children of Simeon, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, of those who were numbered according to the number of names, every male individually from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war, those who were numbered of the tribe of Simeon were 59,300. Sorry. From the children of Gad, their genealogies by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Gad were 45,650. From the children of Judah, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Judah were 74,600. Wow. From the children of Issachar, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Issachar were 54,400. From the children of Zebulun, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names for 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Zebulun were 57,400. The sons of Joseph, the children of Ephraim, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Ephraim were 40,500. From the children of Manasseh, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the numbers of names for 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Manasseh were 32,200. I just think it's interesting that we're saying their names still today. Their names mattered. He says they were chosen and they were assembled and they recited their ancestries. But he said they called them because they were chosen. They were mentioned by name, by God, by our Lord. They were mentioned by name. From the children of Benjamin, their genealogies when I'm reading this, I'm thinking I get to mention those same names from way back. I don't know if that sends blessings or not. Just the fact that we have this book and we can say those names, the same names that came out of God's mouth. It's incredible. I'm probably saying them wrong, but from the children of Benjamin, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered by the tribe of Benjamin were 35,400. From the children of Dan, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Dan were 62,700. And from the children of Asher, the genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Asher were 41,500. From the children of Naphtali, their genealogies by their families, by their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war. Those who were numbered of the tribe of Naphtali were 53,400. These are the ones who were numbered, whom Moses and Aaron numbered with the leaders of Israel, 12 men, each one represented his father's house. So all who were numbered of the children of Israel by their father's houses from 20 years old and above, all who were able to go to war in Israel, all who were numbered and were 603,550. But the Levites were not numbered among them by their father's tribe. For the Lord had spoken to Moses, saying, Only the tribe of Levi you shall not number, nor take a census of them among the children of Israel, but you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, over its furnishings, and over all things that belong to it. They shall carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings. They shall attend to it and camp around the tabernacle. And when the tabernacle is to go forward, the Levites shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be set up, the Levites shall set it up. The outsider who comes near shall be put to death. So every time he says the testimony, right, it's capitalized. His testimony is capitalized, right? The testimony. Now, if we look up testimony of tabernacle. See if I have to. Hold on 1 second. So the most important thing about the tabernacle is that it provides clear testimony to the promise of the Messiah. So testimony is always capitalized, right? And it says it provides clear testimony. So, definition of testimony. Let's just go with the... testimony. A spoken or written statement that something is true. One given in court of law. A formal statement about something. But, so... the testimony is his word, right? It's his word. And so when he talks about his testimony, it's capitalized. And that's what he says. He says the tabernacle of the testimony. Okay, so anyways, and when the tabernacle is to go forward, the Levite shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be set up, the Levite shall set it up. The outsider who comes near shall be put to death. The children of Israel shall pitch their tents, everyone by his own camp, everyone by his own standard, according to their armies. But the Levites shall camp around the tabernacle of the testimony, that there may be no wrath of on the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep charge of the tabernacle of testimony. Thus the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so they did. So they guarded his testimony. One, so that if anybody came too close, they wouldn't die. And why weren't they allowed to come too close? Because it was being guarded. And God knows people are going to get curious. And especially if there's any power involved. And there is power in the Word of God, of course. And I believe, like so many people, that this testimony is still there today. Now, I believe that this Bible that we have is part of the testimony of God. Of course, it's the living word that's been translated many times. All of the books. But what about in the beginning? What about where did all these books come from, right? How is everything written? When they went into the tabernacle, right? And there was the testimony of God. Is it something that the Spirit of Him that filled them, that then they wrote it? And that if people go in, then they're filled with this testimony, or their eyes are open further, or they're, I don't know. But you can read all about it because there's a lot of people that say, all kinds of different things. But does the tabernacle still exist? Well, I think it does. And is the testimony of God still there? Well, I think it is. And I think that's what this Bible is based on, right? It's always this search. But people will search and search and search. But where we're supposed to search is our hearts and our minds. And we are supposed to send out all that evil, get it out. That's what it says in the Bible, huh? We got to clean that threshing floor. And we're supposed to clean out our hearts and minds from that evil every day, all day long. Run it away from you and focus on good. It's very easy. There's always that little thing in there trying to get you. Alrighty, that's awesome. We're finished with that first book of Numbers, and we're going to find out a bunch of stuff. Have a great day.